a story, series, or sequence on a sports event or sports-related subject. So it can be action, feature, it can be just sports-related. Yeah.
Cool.
And again, we'll go through the contact sheets,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can go through them big all if you want. We'll do like 15 sections.
Cool.
Nice detail.
Yeah, I like the handprint pans. Oh, where's his portrait?
Okay.
Cool.
You want to look at them all big?
Yep.
Sure. Sure.
I see the caption, first caption on this one, the wrestler story.
You want the story summary?
Yes,
Yeah.
story summary. Yep.
Entering his senior year at Ohio State, Kyle Snyder is already the world's best pound-for-pound wrestler and one of the most accomplished NCAA wrestlers of all time. Snyder won a world championship after his freshman year and an Olympic gold medal in the summer of 2016 after his sophomore year and another world championship after his junior year. He became the first American Olympic championship and first two-time world championship to wrestle in college. He also won his second NCAA title last year and will try to win his third title while also competing at the international level for Team USA. For the past 3 years, Kyle has wrestled in the college heavyweight class of 285 pounds and under, and his international wrestling class is at 213.
Can we hear summaries on all of them? Just,
After capturing the first two games in Washington, D.C., the Columbus Blue Jackets eventually lost the next four to the Washington Capitals in their first-round NHL Stanley Cup playoffs matchup. The Arnold Sports Festival, Arnold Schwarzenegger's celebration of athletics, has recently added a wheelchair division to its fencing competition. Unfortunately, during the 2018 event, only two competitors showed up. One, Rick Swagger, had only adopted the sport in recent years. The other was Kuwait's wheelchair fencing title holder Tariq Al-Talaf, who had been competing for far longer. The slim field of competitors emphasized how far the wheelchair fencing has to go to gain recognition in the wider sport. In the beginning weeks of summer, Little Leaguers in the farm and varsity division battle it out at Mountain City Ballpark for the coveted Shrine Tournament Championship title. Teams come from all over Licking County and play on the same ball field where their fathers and often grandfathers played. Tensions and expectations run high as the teams get narrowed down to the final game. Each and every player on the Striker football team made their varsity debut together in their season home opener Friday, August 24th, 2018. A small farming town in rural northwest Ohio canceled their varsity football program in 1931 as a result of the Great Depression. Now, after 2 years of junior varsity, the 16 players took the field August 24th, 2018 for their first varsity game in 87 years. Zach Harrison is 6'5" 243-pound senior at Olentangy Orange. Zach Harrison. Harrison is the number 4 overall recruit and the top strong side defensive end prospect in the country. Harrison is also the highest rated recruit ever from Columbus and the third highest rated from Ohio. Zach narrowed his list of finalists to Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State before the start of the season.
Is there one more?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry,
We
we
already
started
saw
there.
that, yeah.
Do you guys want to eliminate some or talk about the ones you like?
No, I really like that Little League story.
I like the Little League. I like the Ohio State player.
This one?
No, oh sorry, the football player.
Football player? Okay.
Yeah.
I am loving the Little Leaguers. I like the Snyder story too. Both of those, the last two stories, I'm liking. Well, the first one was hockey, then fencing, then Little League,
I could
football
do
team. Okay,
Football team.
but those, I think those are my top three.
I
at
could
this
do
point.
without the hockey and the wheelchair fencing.
I could do without hockey.
Can we go through with the vote?
Yeah.
Let's do that. Sure. Do you want to do one of each name?
Sure.
Sure. I say out on this.
Out.
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 Out. In.
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 In. In.
In. Oh, in.
So these are the 40.
Either of you like Little League as one at this point?
I want to get another look at it. To me, it's that or the Ohio State football player.
This badly needs a good portrait.
And it has it. It was in the portrait category, remember? Where he's holding the ball and you know, which I loved. I wish that could be in there. Instead of maybe him looking at his phone, like the bottom left, like.
Yeah. The one where his face was out of focus?
But like barely. I don't know. You could, it's fine.
Yeah.
Can you move can you open up Beneath the Lights so we can talk about that a little bit? I think this is not too bad. I don't think it's in my top 3, but I think there are a couple of pictures that you really don't need. I like the leadoff picture, but then you jump into, okay, they're coming out to play, and then they're going in to wait it out.
Yeah.
And then they're going out to play again, and it's just
It's all
the
over the
editing's
place.
just not quite. It doesn't have quite the right narrative, but I do like what they do or what they're doing in there. And there's some really nice pictures in there, but it's definitely not in my top 3.
No, I would be okay with getting rid of it. And my thinking behind that is, I agree with you. There are a few frames I really like, and I think the photographer was thinking. Like, I like the picture of, even though it's not the prettiest picture of everybody in line, you kind of get a picture of where are we, what does the surrounding look like. But I also kind of want more atmosphere. If this story, I'm projecting a little bit, but let's say you're working for a paper. I assume the story is, this is the first game. It's more about the atmosphere than about the action or the players necessarily.
Yep.
I want to see the cheerleaders. I want to see who's working, the snack bar. I want to see more of that.
The excitement of football coming back.
Right. Like, I definitely
Yeah.
think they need an action photo, and they have a good one there. I think it's kind of, I like seeing the inside of that shed that they've turned into the locker room, but I think it's missing some of the atmosphere to kind of put it in the mix for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would vote out if we can vote.
Yeah. I'd say out.
I would say out as well.
Hmm.
So let's look at Snyder a second.
Sure.
Could you read a caption on 7 and then 8?
Yeah, that's a
Yes.
good question.
With the cross. Yeah.
Mhm.
After a grueling workout and practice, Kyle relaxes in a pool at the RPAC on the campus of Ohio State.
Okay.
Kyle said he relies on his faith to help him cope with the pressure that may come from competing. Quote, knowing that God has a plan for me has always helped me live a stress-free and worry-free life. Kyle enjoys a Rock City church service with his girlfriend Maddie on Sunday morning.
Those two images, how they're next to each other, made me feel like he's being born again or something.
Mhm.
And I know I was reading into it, but then with the church picture next to it,
Yeah.
it kind
Yeah.
of gave me that feeling. But
Go ahead.
As well as, I was wondering if he was going to be a sort of a youth pastor or a preacher or something like that. He was training for that, and it's, go ahead, Maddie.
I was gonna say, I think what I really like about the football story is what's kind of missing here, and I think if you go back to the wrestler, to me it seems like they've checked the box of like, okay, well I need to show him outside the gym, like he's sitting in class, check, he's chilling by the pool, check, he's in church, check, but like he's next to his girlfriend, like let's see that. Or like, remember that feature that we did end up eliminating, but the girl sitting in bed with all the ribbons. Like, when you read this story description, I think, was he in the Olympics already? Like, you hear how accomplished he is, and like you kind of see that in 10, but
Are you thinking he has a canopy bed with all of his ribbons over it?
I highly doubt it, but but maybe like something at home with people around him. I imagine like maybe he's in his sweats stretching. Like, I know I'm creating something in my head, but I think that his outside of the gym section of this story is very center weighted, same size, isolated.
I'm with you. You really want to see into this guy's life.
Right.
Like, who is he at home? And I don't really get much of that. I will say there's not really a bad picture here. The action isn't a great action. I would kind of hope to see a better action picture. The other one is more relying on the Ohio State graphic to sell the picture. So I just don't think the pictures are, I mean, they're good, they're solid, and I think it's kind of well reasoned, you know, but I don't think it's as strong as the football player.
I also
Go ahead.
No, I want to see, like, going to the football player story, if you don't mind. I like that lead image, like he's really in it. You see this guy like working hard, focusing. I get a better sense of his personality and his drive than with the other story, personally.
This story has a lot. It goes a lot deeper. I mean, it's not just
certainly
a superficial look at this player. There are some images that I wish they were shot a little bit better. Just paying attention to your background a little bit, so you don't have light poles going through heads and things like that. But
could we hear 5?
Olentangy Orange's Zach Harrison folds sheets at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio on September 16, 2018. Zach and his mother Tracy spent Sunday afternoon doing laundry in the basement at the Ronald McDonald House.
Could you show captions on 9 and the last one?
Olentangy Orange's Zach Harrison high-five spans after beating crosstown rival Olentangy Liberty 17-3 on October 19, 2018.
And then the final image.
Olentangy Orange's Zach Harrison announces that he will sign with Ohio State over Michigan and Penn State in front of family, friends, and students at Olentangy Orange High School on December 19, 2018.
I want a more exciting photo out of that.
I would say that too, but they're feeling like they have to have a closer, and I guess they felt this was their closer. Well, okay. Is anybody else want to talk more about this story? Because
I do.
The story that's in the one position right now.
Yeah.
I think that, to me, this is the clear number one, just because of the editing, the different looks, the feel I get saying, I've seen all this before, I lived all this before, all these things these kids are going through and doing, I can really relate to it. And it may just be because I used to play baseball.
Yeah.
But, I'm a photographer too. I see this all the time. I raise my kids playing baseball and softball. So I may have a bias, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
But every image is a solid image. And it doesn't look like there's any glaring mistakes where the photographer threw in something just to throw it in because they had to have a picture. And comparing it between the two, and I know that this one isn't going into their homes and all that, but that's not really what the story's about.
Yeah.
Or the essay, I'll call it an essay. But I just think there's really no major weak points in this essay.
I'd like one crowd shot in here, shot of parents, shots of, that kind of thing, to show something that's not the kids or the kids interacting with with something else. You know, a shot like going back to the, I mean, you don't have to pull it up, but that small town, small football team.
Yeah.
Essay, the one crowd shot. I'd like to see that photo in here, but maybe done better. But yeah, this is strong. That number 9 image is that's a winner. That might have made some noise in the sports feature.
I like the detail too. I think that was pretty, or the hand slap.
Of 6, yeah.
That.
Yeah, it's,
And I think his fly is down too.
his fly is
Yeah.
down.
Which is kind of funny and embarrassing all at once.
Yeah.
Hot take here. I would be cool eliminating the wrestling one. Or do you think that we should keep it?
As a third.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I want to see him outdoors.
Yeah.
Everything's indoors. Wrestling's indoors, you get it, but yeah. Ooh. Can we not award a third and award an HM?
Yeah, you can do 1 and 2. We can do whatever we want.
Anything you have to award in categories first.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would rather not award it than award it an HM and not have a third. I just, if we're going to place it, it's going to place.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you go back to football, please?
Because I think, personally, I would eliminate wrestling, and then I want to see both of these big, because to me it's, these other 2 are really strong. And go through them one more time.
The second image, to me, bothers me.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know why I can't get over that pole coming through the kid's head, but the toning of it is just kind of bizarre too. And maybe it looks different on the screen, like on the laptop, but it's doing something funky up here on the screen.
I mean, if you guys want to, you can
No, it's fine.
Nah.
No, but I mean, I think if the photographer's moving just a teensy bit to the right, maybe you don't have that pole going through the guy's head. Or maybe there's a crop that might work better in this, so you don't have a guy like me picking it apart.
Yeah.
But can we see the whole thing again?
Yeah, I hear you on that. I agree. I think looking at both of the 2 that I like that are left, I think with these you can kind of pick through. I think the motivation might be this guy's like heads and shoulders above the teammates. Like, to me, maybe there's a better way to illustrate it, but he looks like he's like a man amongst boys there. And I think I think it's really successfully shown in number 9. I like to me that he looks like a man who should play in the NFL. And look at these kids kind of swarming him. I think that's, well illustrated there.
I really like the action shot too, because it's showing they're triple teaming him.
Yeah.
They can't handle him, so it's like, let's throw 3 guys on him and keep
Yeah.
our fingers crossed.
And he kind of looks like he's keeping his cool. He doesn't look super panicked to me.
You got the eyes there.
Probably seen it before.
Yeah, I'm sure that's his Friday night.
I like the shot of him chilling out at home.
Yeah.
I think that's a real nice image.
And I like that there are a few images in this story that kind of juxtapose this, I think they said like 6'5" huge guy versus like he's got stickers on his door, like he's still, and Lilo and Stitch, little stuffed animal down there, like there's some transitional period stuff, like in his boyhood room, but making these big decisions. And
Is that a flip phone?
no.
Sitting on his table?
Oh,
There's an iPhone.
he's got a burner.
That's his burner.
He's got an iPhone.
I think it's a TV remote.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah.
got
Okay.
a couple of phones, man. Look
Two
at that.
two iPhones,
Does
yeah.
have 2 iPhones.
He's that popular.
He's got his private line.
Can we read number 11 caption, please?
Olentangy Orange's Zach Harrison drafts up his tweet of which school he would before announcing that he was signed with Ohio State over Michigan and Penn State in front of family, friends, and students at Olentangy Orange High School on December 19, 2018.
That's that's a good job by the journalist of getting that detail. Yeah, it's a strong story. It's rising for me. I still don't like it as one, but it's pretty complete. Some of the images I wish were a little stronger, but can you blow up 10?
That looks like a campus visit to me.
Yeah. Look how big that guy is.
Yeah.
He's a mountain. Huh.
I want to see
Yeah.
the next picture of the Penn State coach walking away crying because
Yeah.
he went to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like that 10. I don't know. As far as a photo, it's meh. But yeah, overall, it's a complete job by the photographer.
I'm always saying that, if you're trying to make points, not every picture is going to be the perfect picture, but you have to make that certain point if you feel it's strong enough. I mean,
Yeah.
it's strong enough point to make. And, they probably felt that picture was, needed, showing how he's being recruited by
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
everybody.
Yep.
So, maybe not the strongest image, but still not weak. It's just they felt it was, important to have that.
Yeah. Could we go through the Little League big, all of them?
Can we go a little slower?
Yeah.
Instead of 2 seconds.
How about
How about 4 seconds?
4 seconds?
Love that one.
Yeah.
Rock Day.
Mm-hmm. Good peak action. See the caption on that last one?
Mm-hmm.
I want a caption on that one too.
Wiping his face was dust in his eyes, it said.
Well, the one previous to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Say when it's got-
See caption on 8.
Eight. The one before.
The one, yeah.
Yeah.
The one before it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this one?
That
Yeah.
one.
Players from Newark Optometry's farm team come in from the field after a tough inning June 9th, 2018. The team went on to win the game, moving on to the quarterfinal round. Newark Optometry placed 4th overall in the strength tournament after losing to LNH in the consolation game.
I could lose that photo. But
It's really difficult when you're trying to judge like an essay against a story,
Definitely.
because the amount of time spent. There's probably a lot of time spent on this as well. But when you're following one subject, it allows you to get more connected with that person, and you're a little more invested when you're, looking through the images. So our job is not an easy one.
No, I think, can we go to the first one?
for me, the photography on this one is just better. It's just stronger. It's a stronger set of images. Really nice seeing, really nice moments, good peak action. It's really got just about everything you want. But,
Do you think it's missing anything?
I'd like to see a crowd shot,
Mm-hmm.
but, and number 8, I could lose that image.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's a winner. just, there, that, and the football player, can you go back to the football player? There's just nothing in here. I look at that single image and I say, holy crap, that is a great photo. Not a single one. But the process is good. The thinking is good. The time spent is good. The newsworthiness is absolutely excellent. But at the end of the day, I'm just thinking, is it a grouping of images that I say this is great photography? It's good photography. And it's a heck of a story. But that's my thinking on those two.
The very last image is the one that hurts it the most for me. I know it's a way to close the story, but there's got to be more to this, like a real moment rather than just him peeling off his jacket. I mean, we've all seen this, we've all had to cover this, where the guys, pick a hat, where they're going, or they unveil their shirt like this guy's doing. But the picture just leaves me flat. It's just kind of there's no excitement in it. There's no, you'd think there'd be a little exuberance, or, maybe the moment after this when he's looking out to the crowd, but just him looking down, unzipping his jacket, it just hurts it for me.
Surely someone came up to him afterwards and said, hey, congrats, and he shook some hands or maybe signed an autograph or two, and he had his Buckeye shirt on, and that gave you the information that you need. He's got that shirt on, so.
Yeah, and a lot of times, you don't need to see the actual
itself,
thing happening. You that's what captions are for. And it's unfortunate, I think, because I know there had to have been something else going on, after this moment. And again, I wasn't there.
Absolutely. Yep.
Can we see it as a grid again? Yeah.
I do like that third image quite a bit.
Yeah.
That to me is my strongest image of the set. It's just, that's a nice image. I should take back my former comment about nothing being strong singly, but this is a good image.
This picture to me says this guy may be like the stud of the team, but he's coachable. He's like one of those guys. He's not like his head's not big. It's big just because he's a big guy, but but he, his ego's not swollen. He's a member of the team and he's doing his part. And I like this picture a lot too.
He seems like a nice kid. It's like I wish I knew him. He seems like a.
Can we see the one? It looks like he might be with his family, number 8. Yeah, family. Senior night. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Unless you want to argue more for it, I'm ready to vote. I don't think I can be swayed for this for one.
Okay.
Same.
All right, so this one for first place.
Yes.
Yes.
This one for second place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Close second. I like it still.
And
Second with an asterisk.
Yeah, Maddie likes
this
it.
one, it's still up here. This
I say out on this one. What do you guys
Out.
think?
those two out.
Yeah. So that decides it. I would go in, but for third, but I'm not gonna,
Well, we can discuss.
no, I won't
it
die
later.
on, no, I
You won't storm out?
No,
There's
not
just-
at all.
There's just too much that I want to see.
Yeah.
Out there.
I
That's
think
fine. I
1
can
and
live
2
with
are
it.
great, and this is a ways below it.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay, nice.
Dun, dun, dun.
Those are great,
Yeah,
good stuff in there.
good job. Thank you. Good discussion.
You're right, it's tough comparing
Mm.
two different types like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's hard to know if you're seduced by the black and white or not, you know?
I think they cranked some of that toning
Yeah.
big time, and that helped it a lot.
Yeah, it's well toned.
Which cool.
That's contest toning.
Yeah.
11 news picture stories and 3 team picture stories. I think you should probably try